Hashem. Okay, Shalom Chevra. Amazing video, audio. Todah Hashem. Phone silent. And we're continuing with the secrets of the Jewish prayer book, the siddur. Deep mysteries and secrets that we're trying to reveal, understanding that the whole process of Tefilah is about being able to download and stream new consciousness, new energy, new shefa to come into the world. That, so to speak, the world does not run on autopilot. That the primary way that all of creation continues to exist is through Israel, is through Torah, and particularly it is through Tefilah. It is through Tefilah. The prophet says, Im lo briti yomam v'layla chukot shamayim va'aretz lo samti. If it is not for my covenant, for my brit, my bris, if it's not for the covenant between me and the Jewish people, day and night, meaning day and night, there is no Torah, chukot shamayim va'aretz lo samti, the laws of nature would cease to exist. Heaven and earth would cease to exist. So, the world does not function on autopilot. It means that every single day, there needs to be a constant flow of energy and vitality in order to power the world. Meaning that all of creation has just enough juice to last for one day. And then it runs out of juice, and then we have to replenish and renew, we have to recharge, so to speak, the battery pack of all of the universe. And so how do we replenish? How do we renew? How do we recharge the universe? That's called Tefilah. That's called Tefilah. So once upon a time, that there were these things called locomotives. Locomotives? Is that locomotion? Right?
Locomotion is a song.
Locomotion is a song. A locomotive. What's a locomotive? So it was like a train, right? And it was powered by what? Coal. It was powered by coal. That you would have like a whole pile of coal, and then you would literally have like a guy with a shovel taking the coal and sticking it into the fire and then burning the coal, and it was turning the coal into energy, and that's how the train continued to move. You guys know what I'm talking about, yes or no?
Yes,
okay? Same thing with Tefilah. That every day, you and me, we're mining for coal, and we have to bring bags and bags of coal to the coal man that knows that's gonna throw it into the fire and turn that coal into energy, produce that energy in order for all of creation to continue to function, okay? So what are the coals called? Mystically speaking,
Sparks.
those are called sparks, nitzotzot or nitzotzos, sparks. The fallen sparks that are, so to speak, the internal life force of all of reality, all the creation. Sparks within inanimate objects, within the vegetables, within animals, within people. There's sparks everywhere, and that our job is to mine for these sparks, to find these sparks, and then to bring these sparks up to, so to speak, the next person in the chain, like a baton, handing off the baton. What's that called?
Relay.
Like a relay race, right? So we bring all of these sacks of sparks from the world of Asiya, and we bring them up to the world of Yetzirah, and then from there, from the world to the world of Beriah, right? How do we bring it? How do we mine for sparks in the world of Asiya? That's called korbanot. Korbanot, sacrifices. Okay? How do we elevate how do we mine for the sparks in the world of Yetzirah? That's called psuke de zimra. Psuke de zimra. How do we mine for all of these sparks in the world of Bria? The brachot of Kiryat Shema. Okay? So it goes a little something like this. Okay? We have the world of you are here. Shalom. Okay? And then you were looking for these sparks in the world of Asiya. And then Yetzirah, and then world of Bria, until finally you reach the top, which is going to be a world called Atzilut. This is Bria. This is Yetzirah. And this is Asiya. Yeah? So we mine for these sparks in the world of Asiya. How do we mine for these sparks in the world of Asiya? That's called Korbanot. Okay? In the world of Yetzirah, how do we mine for these sparks? It's called Pesukei De Zimra. How do we mine for the sparks in the world of Bria? It's called the blessings of Shema. Yeah? So we mine for these sparks, and then we finally elevate it to the world of Atzilut, and we're passing off the baton. We're passing off all these bags of sparks, these coals. Where do we pass it on to? Who we pass it on to? To our mama. We gotta get rid of this for a second. Okay, this is the world of Atzilut. Okay, who do we pass it off to? We pass it off to the Malchut. And then the Malchut will elevate it to Zeranpin. Zeranpin will elevate it to Ima. Ima will elevate it to Abba. Arich. Atik, and I'm running out of space, so we're just going to make it short, all the way up to Ein Sof. Okay? Think of this incredible journey. Think of like every quest, right, that the person has ever been on. All these stories, right? It's all about bringing, right? Frodo's got to take the ring and he's got to throw it into the fires of Mordor. I didn't do the gematria, but Mordor is probably gematria Ein Sof. I don't know. But you're bringing all of these sparks all the way up, right? All the way up from Asiya to Yetzirah, Yetzirah to Bria, Bria.
44.
What?
444.
444. With the kolo. And so you elevate it from the world of Atzilut, who's like the first character that we meet, what's the first level in the world of Atzilut? The Malchut, right? She'll elevate it to Zeranpin, Zeranpin to Ima, Ima to Abba, Abba to Arich, Arich Atik, and so on, all the way up to the Ein Sof. And so we've taken these coals, we've thrown it into the furnace, the fiery furnace of the blessed Ein Sof, and it creates this new energy. This new energy, this new vitality is being produced, and then it begins to descend back. Right, so this was going up. This was going up. Bringing those sparks all the way to Ein Sof. And now this new energy is coming back down. From Atik, Arich, Abba, Ima, Zeranpin, Malchut, right? Zivug between Zeranpin and Malchut. Now Malchut now has all of this Shefa, and now she begins to bring it back into the world. How do we call that? Okay, back into the world of Berea, Yetzirah, Asiya. Okay? How do we bring the Shefa out of the world of Atzilut after the Amida? Back into the world of Bria, that's called Ashrei. Okay? How do we bring it into the world of Yetzirah? That's called Shir Shel Yom. Song of the day. Shir Shel Yom. And how do we bring the Shefa to the world of Asiyah? That's called Elena. Okay? Elevated all of the sparks. from the lowest world all the way back to the source, to the Ein Sof, generated this new shefa, this new energy, and now bringing it back down, giving new energy, new vitality, allowing all of creation to exist another day. How often does this happen? Every single day. Why is this important? Well, because of somebody named Viktor Frankl. Everybody know Viktor Frankl? Viktor Frankl said one of the things that characterized people that were able to survive the nightmares of the Holocaust was if they had something to live for. That people that are constantly just thinking about themselves and how can I be happy, it's a bottomless pit. There's no end. Not all the money in the world, not the fanciest cars, not any of the physical pleasures or anything will be able to truly give a person a sense of fulfillment. That's obvious. What does bring fulfillment is when you're not just living for yourself, you're living for something else. You're living for someone else. You have a purpose. Okay? When I was learning in a midnight kollel in Meron, 12:15, my ride picks me up. 12:30, I'm in the mikveh. 12:45, you're at the stender with your chavruta, learning, right, until sunrise. Now, getting into that kind of habit and that lifestyle is not easy, okay? You put the kids to sleep, you go to sleep. That's it. Your day's done at 8 p.m. And when times where the clock goes off, right, 12:15, right, or 12:05, or whatever it is, I know 10 minutes, my ride's gonna be here, I have to be ready, I gotta be downstairs. And I'm lying in bed, and now I have this dialogue going on in my mind. To get up, not to get up. I didn't sleep enough, I didn't do it right, I'm tired. This whole dialogue, I'm sure everybody's familiar with these voices in your head. And what was always the reason, the factor that got me out of bed? Knowing that my chavruta was waiting for me. Somebody is waiting for me to learn with me. I can't let them down. To get up for myself, I probably would have lost that battle 1,000,000 times over. But to get up for someone else, that's mamish divine. It's mamish tapping into something incredibly, incredibly transcendent, incredibly powerful. To have something to live for, to have some type of purpose, to have some type of shlichut, as we say. This gives incredible inspiration, incredible motivation, and it gives you incredible strength to persevere and to continue to do a job when you think that, mamish, you have nothing more to give. Right? To live for ourselves, we give up on ourselves quite easily. But to know that somebody else is counting on me, that's mamish tapping me into something incredibly, incredibly divine, incredibly infinite. That's what this is about. That's what Tefilah is about. If a person goes their entire life praying because it's about them, oh man, it's going to be a long, hard life. And it's going to be very boring, and you're going to mamish have to fight every single day to get out of bed to do it again and again and again and again. And in this generation, you have people that just say, why bother? Why bother? Okay, so I'm not going to talk to Hashem every single day, so I'm not going to ask him for whatever it says that we're asking for in the siddur. Okay, fine, not a big deal. Why? Because I'm very, very, very I'm very quick to be able to give up on myself. Because it's about me praying. I should be praying to Hashem. It's not working. It's not inspiring. It's not motivating. It's not exciting. All right, fine. So forget about it. I can't just continue to go through the motions. And so we see people that mama should give up on it. Even if they were inspired in the beginning, even if it was, they did have this incredible connection, wow. But if it's only about you, then it's the same thing as buying a brand new sports car or buying a brand new computer, or brand new anything. In the beginning, oh yeah, tanug, lots of pleasure, right? The klipa energy is very strong in the beginning. But as they used to say back in the day, first time is always free. Then you gotta start paying for it, right? Then it gets you. And now it's not as fun as it used to be. It's not as pleasurable as it used to be. And then you need something else, and you need something else, and you need something else. And then now you're a slave to Pharaoh in Mitzrayim. And so in the beginning, if the inspiration and power and prayer, whoa, mamish, flying, right? But if it's all about you, it's not gonna last. And that we see generally, that many people, Baal Tshuvas, they usually have enough fire and passion and inspiration and excitement to hold them for about 2 or 3 years. 2 to 3 years. If you're really holding on, maybe 3 to 5 years. But usually it's about 2 or 3 years. 2 or 3 years after a person just kind of like, the luster wears off. It's not exciting anymore. It's not new anymore. And then it becomes like a daily grind. Then it becomes routine. And you're like, wow, this is not what it was when I first came back from India, where every mitzvah was flying, right? So now you have to be able to tap into something higher, something deeper, right? And that's when you shift the focus, and it's not just about you anymore, it's now about service. It's now about thinking about someone else. It's not about living for yourself, it's about living for someone else, for something greater than you. And along comes the Arizal, the Kabbalist. And they say, you know why you're praying? You're not praying for you, my friend. You're praying for all of creation. The entire universe, all of the universes and all of the living beings in it, they are all dependent. They all look to you for their shefa, for their vitality, every single day. Angels can't produce shefa. Nothing in the spiritual universes can produce anything. They can only work with what is. The only creature that is able to produce new shefa that never existed is Israel. That's called Torah, and particularly that's called Tefilah. Every single day when I get up in the morning to daven, I know I'm not just davening for myself, I'm davening for all of creation. I know that all creation, consciously or subconsciously, in the higher worlds it's consciously, they all know it. In this world, definitely subconsciously. But I know that all of creation is mamish relying on my tefillah. And when I know that I'm living for something greater than myself, total transformation. Total transformation of your prayer. You approach it a totally different way. Is this making any sense? Mm-hmm. So this is the structure, how we come up, right? So the Arizal explained the science behind this. Like, so how does that work? How are you actually like generating this new fuel, this new energy on a daily basis? That's called Tefilah. Aliyat olamot, you're going up through the 4 worlds. Okay, you're going up for the 4 worlds. You're going up for the 4 worlds. You produce this this shefa, right? And then you're bringing it back down. That's it. That's Tefilah in a nutshell. Okay. So now the particulars. We left off yesterday understanding how we're bringing mochin to Zer Anpin. And once Zer Anpin has all of the mochin, okay, Zer Anpin is getting mochin. He has what does he have? He has chokhmah, right? Bina and das, and he's he now has all of this this shefa. We'll just do it simply like this. Okay. Okay. Zer Anpin has received all of the shefa. And now he's got to give it to who? Yeah. She's on the other side. Pani bepanim. Okay. Oh, we gave her a big nose. Come on. Does it look a little better? So now he's got to give. No, come on. Fine. He's got to give her the shefa now. He receives the shefa and he has to give the shefa. That's his job. The whole purpose of bringing Mochin to Zer Anpin is so that he will be able to grow up. He's not going to be a boy anymore, only thinking about himself all the time. Me, 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 me. But he gets Mochin, and now he begins to live for something other than himself. He becomes a mashpia. So he's mashpia to Malchut. So we said the Malchut has 10 sefirot, and he has to give all of the energy that he has received in his sefirot to her sefirot. Okay? And so we said her sefirot, she has a keter, she has chokhmah, she has bina, she has, we'll say, we'll leave her das out for a second. Her chesed, gevura, tiferet, netzach, hod, yesod, and her own personal little malchut. Okay? Each of her sefirot need to receive shefa. When does Zer Anpin start to give her the shefa? We said these are the 12, the middle brachas. The middle brachas that the Arizal calls, these are the kisses. Hishakeni min shekot piyu. This is when Zer Anpin is kissing the malchut, meaning that there's an illumination of energy. But Kabbalistically speaking, there's two types of energy. There's something called he'ara, and there's atzmut. There's like the ikar of the light, the etzem of the light, but then there's just like an illumination of the light. That's called a he'ara. And so first there's an illumination of the light, and then there's the atzmut of the light, the essence of the light. And so when does he give her just the illumination of the light, right? These kisses. We said he gives to her chokhmah, illuminating her chokhmah, when? It's called, Baruch Hashem, chonen adat. Right? We have the first three brachas. We talked about this yesterday, so I'm not going over it. The first bracha, Baruch Hashem, Magen Avraham, was bringing the chokhmah to Zer Anpin. Right? That's bringing chokhmah to Zer Anpin. Magen Avraham. Okay, Magen.
Yeah.
Avraham. Then we have the Bina, and the Bina is coming to Zer Anpin, and that is called what? Mechaye, 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 Ha-Metim. And then we're bringing the dot to Zer Anpin, and that's called what? El HaKadosh. So in the first three brachas, he's received Mochin, Chokhmah Bina Dat. He's in a state of Mochin de Gadlut. He's like, okay, all right, we're in business now. Let's talk. Who needs help? Oh, the universe. Oh, at your service. Okay? Because the Shekhinah is the mother of creation, meaning that she's really she's the power supply of creation. All of creation receives Mochin from the Malchut. And so now Zer Anpin has to fill the Mochin fill the Malchut with energy. So those were the first three brachas. Magen Avraham, Chokhmah, Mechaya Mitim. Bina and El Kadosh dot Zeranpin's in business. He's got Mochin the Gadlut. He's like, okay, let's talk. Who needs some good loving? And so now he begins to give all this Mochin to the Nukva. When does that take place? He gives her energy. He is illuminating her Chochma Chonen Ladam Dat. Okay? And then he illuminates her Bina. When? Harotzeh b'tshuva. B'tshuva. Yeah? Okay. And then he illuminates her chesed when? Chanun hamarbeh li slowach.
And the chesed too?
Chesed, dot in the chesed as well. Okay.
You said that as well.
Dot in chesed, yeah.
How can
But
it choose one?
because, and that sounded like a question, Shlomo, so,
All right.
okay. The dot is the chesed is the first primary emotion. It's always connected to dot. That is the beginning. Okay. So then he illuminates her gvura when? Baruch Hashem, Goel, huh? Goel Israel. Okay. He illuminates her Tiferet in Rofeh, Chole Amo Israel. He illuminates her Netzach, gives energy to her Netzach when? In Mivarech Hashanim. Illuminates her Hod, Mikabetz Nidche Amo Israel. Right? He illuminates light into her Yesod at Baruch Hashem, Ohev, Melech Ohev, Tzedakah Mishpat. Right?
Yeah.
And illuminates her personal Malchut in Lima'an Shemo. Oh.
Right, and then Baha.
Whoa, ho, 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 ho. Hold on. Sorry, that was her. That was the Malchut of the Achor. My bad.
I thought Keter was
The Keter was the last one. Nachon.
Lamashini.
That's right. Lamal Shinim. Right? So we said then we're going back all the way up here, which is kind of out of order now, right? Because you get dressed first, then you put on your hat. She's not going to put on her tichel or her her peh first, and then she's going to get dressed. And like that's not that way most people do it. Try to get the hat. Try to get your shirt over your shtreimel or something. That's not going to work. Okay, that's called lamal shinim. Mal shinim. Mal shinim. Yofi. We've illuminated incredible shefa to the Malchut, to the Shechina, to the Mother of Creation. Psh, good job, guys. But if you mamish want to do this at the pro level, how do I move energy, divine energy, from one place to another place?
Visualization.
I need to use my power of visualization and imagery. And what am I visualizing?
The different Otiyot.
In the Arizal system, we visualize the Shemot Kodesh. Shemot Kodesh. Shemus, Shemot Kodesh, meaning that energy moves from one place to another through the names, through the letters. The letters are these vessels for energy. And so when I take these particular letters and I start to configure them together, then we're starting to be able to move energy from one place to another place. Right? So the Arizal says that when we're bringing down the Shefa through all of these different levels in the Malchut, is that we not only are meditating on the particular Sephirah, but we're also meditating on the particular name associated with the Sephirah. Or in this case, not just the particular name, because the name of light, what's the name of the light? The name of the light is always going to be, it's always going to be Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey. Okay? That's just like the light. The light. Or Pashut. Okay? Or Pashut. How do I now bring this simple light and give it an attribute and give it a characteristic, Sefirot or attributes, right? Simple light is just a light. But I want now to filter the light through these particular Sefirot. So the Arizal says you filter the lights through the vowels, through the Nikud. Through the Nikud. So when I want to bring the light from Ein Sof, simple light, Yud Ke Vav Ke, into the sphere of Keter, what vowel corresponds with the sphere of Keter? Kamatz. 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 Okay? Oh. Well, got to recalibrate this time. Yeah? Kamatz. Huh? Oh, Kamatz. Either Yemenite or Ashkenazi, also they got it. Kamatz. Oh, Kamatz. When I want to bring the light, so what does that mean? So I'm going to get rid of this for a second, sorry. Bye, Chevra. It means that now when I want to bring the light from the Ein Sof into the Sephirah of Keter, the Arizal says you have to meditate on Hashem's name with the vowels, Kamatz. Okay? So it's going to be Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey, but all of them have Kamatz. Yeah? But that's it, right. So now when I want to bring the light into the world of Chokhmah, into the sphere of Chokhmah, the Yud Ke Vav Ke is going to be now with the vowel Patach. Patach. Yeah? So now it's going to be Yud K. What do we do? Yud K Vav K. It's okay, it's electric. Digital board, you can erase Hashem's name. But now it's going to be all with the vowels Patach. Yeah?
How will you pronounce it?
Patach. Potach. Right?
Kamatz is ah.
Kamatz is ah. The pronunciation, yeah. Kamatz is always Keter. Kamatz is always Keter. Patach is always Chokhmah. To bring the light into the Sephirah of Bina, that's going to be through the Nikud of Tsere. Tsere, which is boop, boop. 2 dots. Okay, right? Now there's separation, there's duality. Bina, particulars, details. And so then it's going to be, I'm not going to write all the names, so I'm just going to do it like this. So it's just easier. Okay. Oh, great. Yofi. So it's going to go like this. So this is going to be, right, like that. And this is going to be like that. So you're going to see Hashem's name all with the nikud of tzere. And so when you meditate on Hashem's name with the nikud of tzere, you're mamash bringing the light into the sephir of bina. If you have a Sephardic siddur, this is going to blow your mind.
It's in there.
Because you never noticed this before. It's right there in the book. If you're Ashkenazi, then you got to know this by heart. They didn't make it easy for you. Alter Rebbe expected you to know this stuff by heart.
Son of Sarah.
Tzere? Okay, so now we have the, now to bring the light into her chesed, chesed will always be segel. Okay, so it's going to be,
That's in dot.
chesed and dot. Yeah. We're just going to keep it simple.
Dot as it basically once it goes leads into
Yeah, in the chesed. And then I'll just do it very quickly now because we're over time. Goel is going to be shva. Rofeh is going to be cholam. Cholam is the letter with the dot above it. Yeah, cholam. Cholam. Hashanim, Netzach is going to be chirik, which is the letter now with the dot underneath. Mikabetz is going to be kubutz, which is 3 dots. And the Yesod Tzedakah is going to be Shuruk, which is a Vav with the dot in the middle. It's always a Vav. Okay. So,
and Malchus is without a
Malchus, yeah, without. Okay. You guys get the point here? All right, this is going to be
Can you print that?
this is going to be Yud, okay, Vav, okay. Yeah?
Can you save that screen?
Save this one? Yeah. This is going to be under the letters, right? This is going to be under the letters. Okay. So each letter with these letters, right? And then, so this one is a tricky one. This one kind of gets people a little confused sometimes. So I'll write it out. So you have Yud, and then you have Vav, right? Shuruk. Then you have Hey with the Vav, Shuruk. Then you have Vav with a Vav, Shuruk. And then you have the Hey with the Vav, Shuruk. Yeah? See that? So this is the simple way, foundation. I mean, there's like 7 million details that are missing from actually doing it like at the pro level. But in the simple way, I mean, this is already kind of advanced. Bringing the light into the Malchut while we're saying the brachas is that when you're making the bracha, Baruch Atah Hashem, Chonen ladam da. When you are meditating on Hashem's name, you need to meditate Yud, K, Vav, K with the patach underneath each letter. So in a Sephardic siddur, it's right there in front of you. They made it easier for you. If you're diving with anything else, you got to work a little bit harder. You got to be able to visualize it as you're saying the name. And so when you make the bracha, Baruch Ata Hashem, you're meditating with the name, with the particular vowel, and you're meditating that the light is flowing into that particular sephirah, bringing it down from one level to another level. Yesh?
Yes.
Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen. Ve'amen.
Amen.